Question everything in pursuit of your purpose. Ask yourself, what if?
Well, guys, thank you for joining me on this Friday afternoon. We are coming to you live. I'm Rob.
I'm Raymond Lewis.
From Parkdale Mall here in Southeast Texas. And we decided to do this live podcast this afternoon. That's kind of a joint adventure.
Yes.
Y'all know me, those of you who tune into the podcast regularly. And thank you guys for joining us, whether you be on TikTok, YouTube, X, Twitch, Kick, no matter which form of social media you're following us on or joining us on. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of the show. We want to invite you to chime in, let your voice be heard. We want you to be a part of this discussion today. But I invited Ray out here this afternoon to be a part of this because we're going to discuss cultural decline in our society, and not just in our society, but specifically in Southeast Texas. And I'm sure that it's like that where you're from.
Louder.
This is not. Oh, can you not hear us?
Oh, they hear.
Oh, Louder is just one of the names of the.
Oh,
the guy. Louder dude. Thank you for joining us,
Louder
Stacy.
dude.
It's good to see you. Kenneth Murphy, it's good to see you. I think I saw Deputy Dreamer in there. It's good to see you. Thank you all for being a part of the show. We look forward to the show today. It is a little bit of an impromptu live show we're doing, coming to you live from Parkdale Mall. We are right in front of Chloe's Burgers.
Yeah.
If you find yourself in Southeast Texas and you want to truly experience an amazing meal, you got to check out Chloe's Burgers.
Yeah.
Right here in the food court
Amazing.
at Parkdale Mall. One of the best providers of greasy food that you will find in Southeast Texas. And Brandon Rodriguez is the owner of that restaurant. He's got 2 or 3 locations of Chloe's Burgers, but he's also got Benny's Pizza, and they're right there, right down the way here in the same food court at Parkdale Mall. So thank you guys for joining us today. And the topic of discussion is going to be the current cultural affairs and the kind of the state of decline that we're in. We chose to do this in the mall because the mall is a great visual representation of just how it seems that we're in a downward spiral culturally.
Yes.
You know, Raymond, when you were a kid, did you hang out at this mall?
Yes, I loved hanging out at the mall and just the great things that we experienced. That's what I live for. Go to the mall and shop and just kind of hang out with the friends.
You know, it wasn't just that, though. We would come to the mall when I was a kid. We'd come to the mall and hang out with our friends, but our parents felt like it was safe.
It was, yes.
They would drop us off. They didn't have to worry about, somebody snatching you up in the parking lot or killing you in the parking lot.
Right.
They didn't have to worry about their catalytic converter getting cut off when they park.
Right.
All these different things. And not now, if you come to the mall these days, and I mean, like where we're sitting, you can look, and there's vacant stores everywhere you look. It's one of the saddest things that I've seen is the interior of this mall as a representation of where we are and where we're headed as a culture.
Right.
The mall used to be a place where you'd come and not just hang out with your friends, but you'd see everybody, in the community. You'd meet new friends.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And people are not doing that.
Right.
They're not doing that. They're sitting there like this. If you go to a social event, or if you go out to eat with somebody, or if you see families going out to eat with each other, what are they doing?
Playing on the phone.
They're staring at their phone.
Right.
Scrolling on social media.
Sending each other a text right next to each other, or right across from each other.
Isn't that a fact? Hey, Wickety Split. It's good to see you, Kevin Bailey.
Yes.
It's great to see you on there. Thanks for joining us again. Love my doggy. Kira, it's good to see y'all. Keep on killing them. Okay.
Yes.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today on this live show. So I'm curious, those of you who are joining us live on this show, do you guys have a mall in your area, and is it still open? A lot of malls across the country are actually like completely closing down.
They are.
The company that owns this mall is doing their best. They're working to revitalize it, but they are fighting an uphill battle because the community itself, we're at a mall. The community itself doesn't seem to be interested in doing better.
Right.
What do you attribute that to?
Well, a lot of distractions out there. a lot of just not being engaged as a family and
We're at Parkdale Mall.
as a
Keep going.
culture, you know, and that's what we're seeing, a decline on that, and then the crime, a lot of the stuff that's going on in our community. Like you said earlier, a lot of them felt safe then. We felt safe. Our parents felt safe
Texas.
for just dropping us off at the mall. But now they don't want it. They scared to drop their kids at the mall and fears that they might get shot or they might get into a fight. It's so many. So
Or car
much
being
chaos.
broke into in the parking lot.
Anything. And I'm like, look at the times that we're in and understand what's going on. A lot of mental health breakdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to really dig into the levels of why people are doing what they're doing.
Right.
And that's why, you know, we started the Demand a Better Life Alliance, because you have to demand a better life from yourself, but you have to demand a better life for your community. So that's, hey.
He's picking on you now. So you got the financial comedian saying, who wears blue with gray? He does, and he does it well.
I does it very well.
So a lot of people afraid to wear yellow.
Mhm.
But shoot, I'll wear yellow, pink. It don't make no difference. But thank you for noticing our fashion. I do have this. And hey, somebody noticed my pen. I'm going to give a shout out to somebody. So that is a very astute observation. I'm going to give you props for that. I have had that pen now for over 30 years. It's one of my most prized possessions. It was a gift to me from somebody that I worked with. No, this is not a fountain. I do have a couple of fountains. I now collect them, but this was my first one, and I carry it because it's symbolic to me. It means more to me than any other pen that I've ever written with.
Yeah.
And it was a gift from one of my very best friends. I don't know why people are afraid to wear yellow. I think I just think it's a bad I don't know. It's just a fear, I guess, being judged. We're not selling anything today. I'm not selling a thing. What city are we in, Texas? We're in Beaumont, Texas.
Yes.
Southeast Texas. Parkdale Mall used to be the kind of the social epicenter of all of Southeast Texas. People would come here from all the surrounding communities to shop and socialize. And now it is still a place where you can find some amazing food, but it's not as much a place to hang out anymore. But I will say this, we do have a group of people hanging out over here just to my right. And if they'll move a little bit around, we'll invite them on camera. We'll say hi to some folks.
Yes.
So we got y'all on 2 cameras.
Yes.
This is our TikTok audience. This is going to be the YouTube. But there's quite a few of us joining on TikTok.
How
How you doing? What's up, my guy?
It's good to see you.
How you doing?
Yeah, introduce
Fat
yourself.
You come on, man.
That's Fat Boy.
He won't tell you his real name. But,
he's smooth with the cut.
PC Smooth. So this guy behind me that just walked off called himself Fat Boy. He's another food artist from the area.
Yeah.
Tell him what you got going on.
Yeah.
We're about to open up in about another week and a half. We'll open back up. We've been out for we're getting a new food truck. So once we get it all squared away, we'll be announcing the opening date. I think we're either going to be at the Freedom Firearms or we'll be downtown Beaumont.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Don't forget Fannin Street when you're
Come
down
on,
there. That's
man.
where my
Come on,
office
man.
is now. You got to come see me.
So he basically saying, make sure you come in and do an episode on the Pursuit of Purpose
Yeah.
He's been on there.
again. If you did.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all. Good to see y'all.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
no, great.
I'm waiting.
Great.
Let me know when you open. I
Yes,
got to
sir.
come
Yes,
through.
sir.
Yeah. And,
All right.
And you with the right person, because that's my classmate, and we've been knowing each other almost all our life. So yeah.
You can do
Yes.
better, I promise.
Hey, if you want the keys to the kingdom, you always do better.
So his food truck's going to be called Fat Boys. But he makes some of the best beef tips. If you like beef tips, he makes some amazing, just everything he makes is good. I ain't never had anything from him that was bad.
Okay.
But man, I'll tell you, if you guys want to have some good food, and you're in the even in Houston, man, come on over to Beaumont, give it a try. You ain't gonna
I'm
regret
right down the
it.
road.
There is so much food going on here. We got Smash Wagon. If you like food trucks, right now he's still in his food truck. He's going to be opening up a full-time brick and mortar restaurant location. It's good to see you too, Captain 7 America. Thanks for joining the show.
Guy always wears a yellow shirt. I think.
The emu. We what is it? Emu. or something
Liberty
like that.
Mutual.
Liberty Mutual. Limu.
Liberty.
Limu. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That is funny. But yeah, if you make your way into Beaumont, you got to go by and see Just Rabelais over at Smash Wagon. Got some amazing burgers there. But don't forget, right behind us, one of the best joints in town, Chloe's Burger. And then over there next to that is Benny's Pizza. Go talk to my boy Brandon over there, and he will get you hooked up and fattened up, and you'll need a nap afterwards.
Oh, that's for sure.
But we're talking about the social decline and the cultural decline of this community, and I am sure that it is very similar to many other communities around America.
Yes.
And I really do relate that to so much of the overuse of technology in our youth, in our kids, in our youth, and the lack of personal relationship between each other, their parents,
right,
and being able to have healthy relationships with grown folks.
Yes.
Because what we do as grown folks too often is we become a little bit complacent and lazy. And when our kids complain at us, we're like, here, get on your iPad and play and leave me alone. Yes.
They're being raised by the phone and wonder why they learning about the ops and learning about this and learning about that because of this right here.
Hey, Keto Boss Annie, I'm glad to see you today. Hey, Cindy, it's good to see you. So I really appreciate you guys chiming in. And I'm going to tell you, my wife and I, we have between us a total of 8 kids. I've kind of shared some of that before. We have 7 that are alive, and a good handful of those are adopted. And our youngest, he's 8 years old, and he just finished up 2nd grade. Today is his last day of school. I was at his party this morning. I was telling you about we were going to do a live this morning by 10 o'clock. Therese Connor says that she heard that Beaumont is like downtown. It's about Houston. Yeah, it's very much like the 5th Ward. So what I'm talking about is Beaumont ranked #1 in crime right now in Texas. So we need a cultural revision. We need a cultural rebirth. We need a rebirth of mind of personal accountability and responsibility here in Southeast Texas, but not just here. We need it across the nation. We need it across the land, but it's got to start in the home.
Right.
We've got, like you said, Keto Boss, we've got to return to integrity, the integrity of the family.
Right.
And the integrity of the American family starts with a relationship, not just with each other. That has to be there, but it starts with a relationship of the parents with an almighty Savior, with our Creator.
That's #1. We
We have got to return to true values. And Joe Busy Bee says churches are the problem. Well, churches are a representation of one problem. In some ways, I can agree with you, and I see your perspective, and I see you're going to say how. I'm talking about the church itself. You're talking about the people in the church.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you this: a church is a place where sick people go. A church is a representation of a spiritual hospital.
Come on.
Now, you can't look at the church and look at the corruption in the church and say that represents Christ, because it doesn't.
No.
It represents the failure of mankind. It represents similar failures that we all have inside of us that we don't all act on. And that's what I'm talking about. Is we need a revival of personal accountability. That's what we need.
Yes.
And that personal accountability and that revival will only come from a personal relationship with your Creator. And once you develop that, then you can start showing those fruits outwardly. Captain 7 America says, hope all is prepared and ready. Strange laws and mandates. Oh, them comments going fast. Soon coming. I'm gone. Good luck. And God bless all. Mossy Oak 68 says colonizers. Oh, that's funny. Keto Boss says, starts at home with scripture, knowing him.
No.
Justin 250 says, I see. So, and Alan says, we could probably start by marching every pedophile and traitor to the guillotine. Mossy Oak 68 says, donkeys and trees talk too. Yeah, I don't know about all that. So, Kate Boss, time in the Word. Yes, those are great things.
In the Word.
Yes, great. But the time in the Word has to lead to time within yourself.
Oh, say it.
It has to. We have got to get to where we stop pointing all these fingers
At other
outwardly.
people.
We stop pointing all these fingers upwardly.
Yeah.
We start pointing all our fingers at ourselves.
Yes.
There ain't nobody. Now I'm gonna blame him. It's all his fault because he snuck up behind me. But I'm gonna tell you guys right now,
Yes.
the best and only improvements that have ever come into my life is when I started looking at myself and saying, "It is all my fault."
Right.
That nobody else did anything
Come on.
to me. Everything else has been done for me. And what I can't figure out is only there to act as a platform for me to build and become better.
Yep.
So, Ray, tell me what you got. Ray has a stack of stuff here. I don't know. He always brings like I feel like I'm about to go to class.
Because that's what you need to be. Because like he said, don't blame nobody else. Victory is a choice.
So
It's
what is
your
that, Ray?
choice.
Tell me what that is.
Me and my wife was blessed to publish 8 books. And looking at the problems that we see in the community, I said, I have to do something about this. A lot of the kids are not reading. A lot of the families are not getting engaged and spending that family time. So that's why we started publishing our own books, short books, like Victory is a Choice. Because you can't blame somebody else for the problems. You have to look within yourself. And that's why with us, with the Demand a Better Life Alliance, that's why we started publishing these comic books. Because it's a short read, but it puts everything in the hands of you. You take ownership. You learn what true victory really is. It's your choice. If not, it's going to be the enemy within. And that's based on my story. Because the same troubled teens that we see out there in the community, I was one of those troubled teens. But I had to realize that the true enemy is within me. It's not on the outside, it's with me. And when you look at that, then you can't blame somebody else. You can't blame the government. You can't blame, oh, this is pedophile. You can't blame. It takes a look at yourself. And that's what we see a lack of ownership. Take ownership in yourself and your choices and what are you exposing to your kids before you can blame somebody else. But that's why I started publishing these books, because I wanted people to get engaged, be able to go to the schools, read our books to these kids, to their family, so they can learn how to be better, how to demand better from yourself. And that's what inspired me with these books, 8 books. I just wanted to bring something out, not try to sell that to nobody, but just let them know how it's changing lives in our community.
Well, you always when we do a show like this, and it doesn't matter what our topic is, but every time we do a show, we always have haters. Yeah. But inadvertently, a hater will say something that's actually not so hateful.
Right.
Ray, you got a great imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you what Mossy Oak 68 says, and I got one too.
You aren't lacking them. Yeah, you're right.
You got a great imagination.
Yes.
Thank you. That's a great compliment. I appreciate that.
I love it.
I'm gonna own that. I'm gonna take that with me.
I love it.
So any of you guys who has a comment about the current state of our cultural affairs and the decline that we're seeing in our society, I would love to hear it. But more than that, I would also love to discuss simple, manageable, functional improvements that we can take part in, take a position of action in, and actually cause positive change for our communities.
Yes.
Dondell Zappo says, what's going on here? Marcel McCafferty.
They want to fix everybody else's problems except their own.
Well, who says that? And I'll tell you this, I've got plenty of problems internally in myself. And one of the things that I've learned is it's not my purpose or position to point out anyone else's problems.
Right.
And I'll tell you, I am my biggest problem. And that's the good news to me. But it's the good news to you too, because you're your biggest problem.
Correct.
Because as long as I realize that I am my biggest problem, it also means that I am my biggest solution.
Correct.
And then it's up to me.
And it's just funny that you said that. God put on my spirit until you allow God to correct you, how can he be able to direct you?
So Don Del Zappo says, where's this at? We are in Southeast Texas. We're in a little city called Beaumont. Imaginations are your biggest problem. No, actually, imaginations are mankind's biggest assets. Imagination is where every progression that mankind has ever undertaken has been born. It's in the imagination of men.
How did I create my books? It started with my imagination.
So Therese Connor says we need to repent and turn back to God. I don't disagree with you one bit. Each and every one of us does that, needs to do that, including myself. Marcel McCafferty says we are free national religion and a diverse country. Keep your religion to yourself. Well, I'm not forcing you to be on here and listen. And at the same time, I'm not trying to tell you that my way has to be your way.
Right.
But I'm telling you my way works for me. Therese Connor says God is trying to wake everyone up. I don't disagree with that at all. I think that's a very fair and good point. But what I want to encourage each and every one of you to do is be the change, like Gandhi used to say. Be the change you wish to see in others. Be that change. So if you want to see change in your community, let it start with you.
Right. Correct.
And whether you like somebody on there is talking about man created God and whatever.
But who created man?
So the curious thing is, if that's true, then whatever. But you can still believe in yourself to do better. Even if you don't believe in God, even if you don't believe in the Bible, well, then who do you think is responsible for your behavior? It's you. Get beyond religion, get beyond yourself, get beyond your fear, get beyond your denial, and take accountability for your own life. Right. It doesn't matter what I like or don't like. This is just the truth. This is not about religion. This is not about the Bible or the Quran or the Torah or any of that stuff. Take responsibility for your life.
That's it. I'm
not blaming you for anything wrong with me. I'm saying I'm the problem. So what's your problem? FSM is the only real God. I don't know what that is. But the point is, we are each and every one of us our own sovereign person.
Correct.
Regardless of where you live, what law you live under, or how you live. No one else can improve your life but you. And in order for that to happen, in order for our communities to change, we have to see the truth in that. And we have to live in that truth and take action and own our own lives. Marcel McCafferty says, why don't we fix health problems with diabetes and healthy eating? I don't have an answer to that. That's a great question. I think that's true. I think, and even then, it still comes back to personal accountability when you talk about healthy eating. You can eat better. You can't blame McDonald's because you're fat.
Right.
I mean, you chose to go in there and buy the stuff and stick it in your mouth, chew it up and swallow it.
McDonald's the reason I got this belly right
I think,
now.
yeah, exactly. It's all their fault. So Therese Connor says the Torah is Hebrew. That means teaching, and it's only the 5 books of the Bible, and the Torah does not save you. I'm not saying it does, and I'm not promoting the Torah. I'm not doing any of that. I'm promoting personal accountability. And I'm saying that something that helps me with my personal accountability, whether you agree with my faith or not, it's my personal relationship with my Creator. My faith is something that truly has helped me with my personal accountability and getting out of a victim's mindset.
Correct.
And getting out of pointing all my fingers outwardly or upwardly and blaming anyone and everyone except the person actually committing the behavior. I'm not promoting indoctrination. I'm promoting you as a free thinker, as a person of will, to take responsibility for yourself, to hold yourself personally accountable, and to create a better situation for yourself. And in turn, you will inadvertently improve your community. Is there any other way to see it?
I don't see it.
So have a great day, Marcel McCafferty. Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate your comments. Appreciate all of you.
Yes.
Mossy Oak 68 says, I do, and there's zero problems. That's great. Now, are you using that as a center of influence to have a positive impact on your community? We need more third spaces. You know, that's a fascinating thing. I love that. I love that concept, the third space. Do you know what that is? So the third space, so they're and correct me if I'm wrong, this is gin with one N. I like that handle, by the way. The third space is how the bar was born. The bar, like where you go to drink or whatever.
Oh,
it was
okay.
because people had work, they had church, but they wanted a third space, a place to socialize and to hang out and to not feel judged and to be able to just relax and be themselves.
Right.
I don't disagree with you all. I think that's a wonderful idea, a third space. I have a very dear friend who's been on our show before, who owns a restaurant that has a bar inside, and that was their whole focus behind creating the type of atmosphere that they created, was they were focused on the third space. They wanted to put games in there. They wanted to put entertainment in there. They wanted to make it a place where families could come and let their hair down and feel safe, which I think is a wonderful idea. Hey, Bo, it's good to see you. It's my oldest son.
Yeah,
He's on there somewhere. He's on there somewhere. I just saw his name go through.
Yeah.
I told him I had another meeting at 2:00. He didn't ask me what it was.
Nice.
So here it is. Yes.
Yeah.
So Jen with one N says, like open community centers, roller rinks, arcades, etc. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Places where grown-ups can go and socialize face to face, but kids also can go. You know, that's one of the things, like this mall, it still has it, and it's much different than it used to be, but it had that tilt, the little tilt back before it became
the big
the party center that it is now.
Yes.
But one of the things we used to do when we come to the mall is we want to go play arcades with each other. You know, you go play the two-man, you know, arcade games.
Yes.
Like Street Fighter, you know, all that kind of stuff back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, I'm aging myself. Malls are closing down left. That's exactly right, MB. You're exactly right.
About.
That's what we were talking about earlier in the show, and how it's a representation of the cultural decline in modern day America. It's because not only is it because of the shopping changes, the shopping habits. Yes, we can order most everything online, but we are also in a state of socializing avoidance.
Yes.
We find ourselves so focused, so hyper-focused on our technology, scrolling on Facebook, looking at TikTok, looking at Instagram, and totally tuning out all the real people around us. And Monsieur, I'm sorry you feel that way. I think that's tragic. I'm going to say
Isolation.
this. D. Renee says, couldn't agree more. We're losing places to just be and organically connect. Yes, Jen with one N. They even took the climbing tubes out of the McDonald's. Right, they sure did.
Wow.
MB says, neighbors don't even talk anymore. Never mind places like communities. That's right. That's right. One of the saddest things that I see nowadays, and I hate saying it makes me feel so old to say nowadays, but one of the saddest things I see is when you do see people finally sitting outside, like around the pool. You know, we've got a pool and we have pool parties. We invite people over, kids' birthdays and things like that. And when we have a pool party, I'll go out there and I'll look at the people sitting around in all the lounging equipment, and they're all looking at their phones.
Nobody talks.
There has been times where I've walked out on my pool deck and I've said, all right, and I carry a basket around and say, all right, put everybody phones in here. Because I've got cornhole game boards, washer boards. We've got stuff for, you know, all these different activities. There is absolutely no excuse to avoid social interaction when you're in a circumstance like that.
Correct.
Jen with one N says, when my kids were teens, my house was the open hangout. I welcomed everyone. Yeah, it was like that when my kids were too. I hope Bo is still on here. My oldest son was on here just a minute ago in the chat. And when he was younger and our other kids were younger, our house was like a revolving door with all these teenagers. Some of them wouldn't leave. We want them to leave, and they wouldn't leave. D. Renee says, yes, it feels like the decline happened so quickly, too. Yes, it did. And I really feel like there's some manipulation to it. Hustle Muscle says, ain't nobody got time to spend time with each other anymore. That's the thing. We've got to make time.
Make it.
We don't have any less time than we had before.
That's true.
if we were truly using technology to our advantage, we'd be able to create better time for more quality socializing in person. And we're not taking responsibility, personal accountability for that problem.
It's true.
So you mentioned unstable people look to left, just watch. I'm not exactly sure what you meant, Patrick O'Neill. Jim with one end says, gotta go. My daughter and granddaughter are here. Well, go spend time with them, make some memories. Thanks for being part of the show, Jen. Have a great afternoon. Thank you. MB says there's definitely manipulation behind it. They want neighbor versus neighbor and divided family. Well, I think it's a little simpler than that.
The division.
Yes.
That's the number one killer. If I could divide you, then I could devour you.
Yes. But I also think that we're allowing the commercialization of this quote unquote social media frenzy to take over. You know, they use artificial intelligence to manipulate the algorithm to listen to everything you say, anything you click on, anything you look at. You start seeing more and more of it. Correct. So that you want to look at it even more.
That fast.
And that's why it's so quick. Hustle Muscle says you can't trust anyone. Well, if you can trust yourself, you can trust other people. You gotta start trusting you first.
Yes.
D. Renee says it's tech and the new culture of the workplace. Yeah, it's very true. We have got to be more vigilant to guard ourselves to be creators rather than just reactors and consumers. MB says, one thing I noticed was people consider online gaming as spending time with friends. Isn't that the craziest thing? Makes no sense. I watch
my kids every day with it.
Makes no sense to me. Or the little ones will each have an iPad and they'll be playing a game where they're both on it at the same time, but they're in the same room where they could just be having social interaction
with each other,
but instead they're still on the screen. We're training them so young to be dependent on screen time. So our 8-year-old, we noticed a severe decline in his behavior. We noticed that he was starting to show anger. We noticed that he was kind of pitching a fit more. So about, I don't know, it's close to a year ago now, we took away all his technology. We took away his iPad. We took away YouTube. We took away he don't even have TV in his room anymore. I took the power cord off of it. It's just a dead screen sitting there now. And what we have noticed is his kindness came back. His immediate demand for gratification stopped. And he became he actually got an award in school for kindness. And he was a little monster before that. He had a good heart. We knew that, but we couldn't put our finger on it. Well, and he got grounded from technology, not because we thought we knew what we were doing, but because of something he did with bad behavior. We took it away. And when we took it away, we noticed this sharp increase in positive behavior. So I encourage you, if you've got small kids, especially, wean them off technology. Kick them out the door. Let them play outside. Let them get scrapes and bumps and bruises. Let them eat, bugs if they're going to do it. Let them play in the grass. Let them find out what the surrounding world is all about.
Yes.
I can almost guarantee you'll get a lot better behavior out of it. MB says his double-edged sword, though, with the tech. Unfortunately, being tech literate is very important now. Yeah, it's important. It's very important. But the crazy thing is, our tech is now so user-friendly that if you just decide you're going to do something with it, a 5-year-old can use almost anything.
Yeah. You notice that?
Yes.
Something like young.
So it doesn't take much to become tech literate these days because of the user-friendly nature and the design of most everything we have is geared to make it easy and addictive for you. So I don't think it takes much to catch up if you get a little bit behind. It does feel intimidating. The older you get, the less involved you are. But anyway, well, look, do you have anything that you'd like to say as we get ready to close?
Well, I just appreciate the engagement.
Well, tell them about this key real fast. What is this?
This here is when our Key to My Kingdom collections. Me and my wife invested in the gold and silver business almost a decade ago. And when we did it, we saw the decline in our dollar, the fiat currency system. And a lot of people lack the financial education, the financial literacy to really know how money works. That's one of my collections. So I got this here because to me, it was a sign that God gave us the keys to his kingdom. but it's what are we doing with that key? Does it start with us?
What do you got here?
That is a $20 face value tiger coin, one of my collectibles.
$20 Canadian
Face
silver
value.
piece.
But it's probably worth 200, 300, whatever. It's collectible.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you bringing me a gift.
Yes.
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to put it in my pocket. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, that's what I do. You know, I like blessing our people.
So are you selling those?
No, that's all my personal collection.
Oh,
But I help people get their own memberships.
what do you
But
mean
they
membership?
If they want to purchase gold and silver at affordable rates, I help them with that.
Oh, okay.
I help them secure their money.
Okay.
We have access to our own mint. Well, now actually we're minting our own coins.
You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to have somebody else print money for you,
Mint money. Hey, they print, I mint.
that's
There's a
funny.
difference.
That is funny. Well, look, guys, I really appreciate you guys being a part of our live show today. I know that it was random. Show them what you got.
That's a coin I minted and designed personally for my family. That's my mom.
Hold it closer to that camera so they can see it. There you are. That's your mom?
That's my mom. So I lost my mom when I was 12. And that took me down wrong
Let
road,
me see.
wrong paths. And, you know,
That's
over
really
time,
cool.
God blessed me with having access to my own mint. Look at this one.
Oh, cool,
That's
man.
the Titans 300. But that's what I do. I love helping people build generational wealth, learn more about.
So that's
finance.
just solid copper.
Yes, because copper, silver, gold is going to continue to increase.
Okay.
Because when you look at the hidden wealth is not in paper. The hidden wealth is in metals.
Ray, I appreciate you being a part of the show today. I appreciate the entire audience. Thank you all. It was a great show. I appreciate all of your responses and your involvement. Don't forget to tune in on Tuesday at 10 o'clock. We'll have our normal live What Are We Doing series of podcasts with the Pursuit of Purpose. We're going to be in a new location, so look forward to showing you guys that. And thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon at Parkdale Mall in Beaumont, Texas. I'm Rob.
I'm Raymond Lewis, co-founder of the Demand a Better Life. And if anybody want to find out more information about what we're doing with the Demand a Better Life Alliance, you can look me up on Facebook or Instagram. Raymond Lewis, co-founder of the Demand a Better Life. Demand a Better Life.
Demand a Better Life Alliance.
Yes.
All right. Chris Jackson says, can you DM me after? Which one of us would you like to DM you? I want to make sure you get a message from whoever it is that you'd like before we close the show. All right. No problem. I'll sure do it. Thank you, Chris. Thank you all for being a part of the show. We really appreciate our audience. You are the reason we're here.
Yes.
Hope you all have a blessed weekend. Make memories with your families. Pull your face out of your phone. Pull your face out of your technology and put it on someone you love. Make those memories. Make them count. This time in this life is so short.
Sure.
And I promise you, you won't regret making those memories. Y'all have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your day. See you next Tuesday. Bye now.
Question everything in pursuit of your